Hey YouTube. Y'all, we're gonna dive into it today. We're gonna talk about the scamming in Jamaica. As a returning resident, that is something you guys have to look out for. Me almost get catch twice. I swear to you, I so fast when I pack up and gone back to America. If they had actually went through with scamming me, I would have vexed too. So I'm gonna share my story to kind of give you guys, a returning residents, a heads up. Like if you're thinking of moving back to Jamaica, there are certain things that, you know, we probably, it's odd, but you're like, oh, maybe I saw Jamaica do it, so that makes sense. Because them kind of scammer, you know, them I know like one time Western Union scammer where you can say, wait, look, why you not just send me the lot of money? Why me have to pay you if you get the lot of money? You know, them a kind of scammer, and them kind of scammer. Them are educated scammer, right? Them are scammer with website and everything. Even if you want to do your due diligence, it still look actually like credible. So I'm gonna share my story. If anybody have any scamming story, leave it in the comment section to help other returning residents so we know. I must say big up to all my new subscribers. I hit almost 2,000 new subscribers because of that cost of living video. So I can tell. So I really appreciate that cost of living video. Of course, it's YouTube, it's the internet, so it comes with a few negative comments. The positive comments did outweigh the negative comments though, so I don't want to dwell on them too much, but I can see the confusion came where a lot of Jamaicans, when they hear Jamaicans living in Jamaica, when they hear my rent, they thought my channel, they probably, I'm going to assume they thought my channel is targeting like Jamaicans. As a returning resident, this is why I say my channel is targeted to returning residents, and seeing the cost of living in Jamaica for a returning resident to see if you can afford it, if this is something that if you're thinking of doing, then I'm breaking it down. It's not to encourage Jamaicans who are making Jamaican currency to live a specific lifestyle, and we should know this. You know, this should go without saying. But I'm going to put this disclaimer out there because I saw that video did kind of upset, for lack of better words. It did upset some people where I'm just like, anyways, I'm putting that out there so you guys know that my channel is targeted to returning residents, because at the end of the day, the rent here might be high for Jamaican salary. It is significantly cheaper when you're living in the US. Okay, so with that out the way, new subscribers, on a big up on yourself, let us dive into how me almost get scammed in a Jamaica. All right, so now aside from the so-called friends and family who gonna see you as a foreigner and who gonna want to try to get every little penny out of you because you're a foreigner, which I consider that scamming. So when you give them money, you send them go shop and them not come back with your change, or them claim say, oh, this costs X amount when it was really this X amount, and I consider that scamming too. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm giving you guys a heads up on that one. I must say, if you're planning on returning to Jamaica and you think that you have a friend from when, or a family member, your cousin want to go way back when, and you can stay with them and you can rent a room from them, or you can live on family land, have your backup plan. I'm not saying don't live on your family land or don't live with your friend from when, or, you know, rent out a room from your auntie, but have your backup plan. I'm gonna just leave it at that, because at the end of the day, there is a line. You are a foreigner, and I'm gonna see you as a foreigner. So we're gonna leave it at that. Okay, so have your backup plan. If I Airbnb, you have to go do. If I something, you have to go to have your backup plan. Okay. So anyways, aside from that kind of scamming, I'm telling you, oh, me almost get scammed. So this was very early on when I first moved, and as I've explained, the living arrangements, the plan fell out like very last minute. It fell out very last minute, and I had to find somewhere to live. So I was on websites just searching, and I found myself on the classified or something like that. It's like a color. And it looked like, I want to say it looked like a puzzle piece, and it's like color, and it looked legit. I got through and it looked legit. Guys, when I found the place, it was like a, you know, say me love backyard, and me want close pan line, and me want mango tree, and go out there with one piece of chair and just sit down and watch grass grow. That was my intention when I moved to Jamaica. So I found this place. I think it was like a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, spacious veranda, back patio, yard space, front yard space. All I plan out, oh, what we can't keep out there. So all I plan out them things there. So I was working with a realtor, and I found this place, and I sent her the link, and she was like, it sounds too good to be true, but set up a tour with them, right? So I said, okay, reach out to them for, I mean, arrange a tour, and them say, okay, you know, it will require like this, like, you know, the documents, the TRN, whatever. And then they were like, we would also require a deposit to tour the place. So I said, okay, no problem. A little odd because I've never have to pay a deposit to tour anywhere. But then also the process, I've never had to pay. I have never had to pay a deposit to tour anywhere in America. But as I've said before, the process in Jamaica is so different from the process in America. And I said, okay, maybe I just saw Jamaica do it as a returning resident. I've never rented a place in Jamaica before. So as a returning resident, I'm just like, okay, maybe I just saw them do it. You need a deposit for tour. Understandable, because you know when you go in there and mash up them all, so whatever. So I said, okay, we'll pay the deposit. I will pay the deposit or whatever. But before I'm going to pay the deposit, I reached back out to the realtor who did say, it sounds too good to be true. And she was like, anywhere who's going to ask you to pay a deposit to tour is a scam. And these people almost get me scammed. I was at a place of desperation where it's like I needed a place now. And if I hadn't went through that realtor, these people that scam me, I would have vexed the tail. More than likely, they would have asked me for wire them the money. And then when time comes for meet up at a place, I wouldn't hear from them, and then would have disappear with my money, and would have vexed. Me would have vexed so till I would have been so upset. But again, as a returning resident, you're not really thinking about certain things because you are thinking, okay, maybe I just saw them do it. You know, maybe that's just how it is in Jamaica. But listen, guys, if you are looking for a place in Jamaica and they're asking you for a deposit, it's more than likely a scam, because I've toured a few other places and they did not ask me for a deposit. I've reached out, worked with a few other realtor, and no deposit never asked. And when I tell you, say, these people almost get me, because you know what them do? On their TikTok page, they clip other realtors videos, and they clip this one specific guy video, and they use his video over and over. So me think that this is a specific guy, because a lot of times, you know, when you do a scam, and if you're not somebody's face, you're less likely to move forward with the transaction. But if you see somebody's face, you put a face to the video, you put a face to the listing, and you say, yeah man, okay, this person, them real, is a real person. That's what I tell you, them a kind of scammer, yeah? A high class scammer. These are some new age educated PhD MBA kind of scammers. Okay, so you have to be mindful. You have to be careful. And as I say, it's easy for a returning resident to fall in a domestic scammer because we do not know the policy. We do not know the structure. That's why you have to do your due diligence. You have to ask questions. It's a good thing I did reach out to the realtor and say XYZ. And she was like, because there's this other girl who she had moved to Jamaica too, and she reached out to me and she said she was in the process of getting a place. You know, she had a realtor on the ground touring places, sending her pictures or whatever, and the guy was asking her for deposits, and she was in the process of paying that deposit. And one man said she found my YouTube channel, and one man told her to reach out to me. When she reached out to me and I explained to her, if he's asking for a deposit, it's more than likely a scam. Turn out it was a scam. You have to be careful. I mean, that is one scam that, as I said, I can see how many returning residents can fall into that scam. Lord, praise the Lord. I did not, because I would have vexed. I cannot explain how vexed I would have been vexed to the point where I wouldn't even react. You know, sometimes you're vexed and you're cussing, you're going and you say whatever, and then you reach a point of vexation where you just don't even bother react. You just silent. That would have been the point of vexation. So bear that in mind. It is best to go through a credible realtor when you're choosing a realtor. There are tons of realtor on social media to go through. When you're choosing the realtor, do your due diligence and ask them for that little like realtor number, and make sure so when you find these people on TikTok and social media, on Instagram and them things, that make sure their comment section isn't blocked. You know, on TikTok, some people can block off like leaving comments. That's a sign that it's more than likely a scam. If you can't read the comments, because the comments is where the reviews will come. When I found out that page was a scam, I reported to TikTok, and I tried leaving comments to warn other people, but they wouldn't accept comments. Like, you know, the content creator had to approve the comments or something. However social media do it, I don't know. But guys, I cannot stress enough, because that's a scam that I can imagine a lot of returning residents, especially if you don't have anyone on the ground. Like if you don't have anyone you can trust to go look at these places for you and to, you know, ask question, and you find somebody online and they're showing listing and they seem legit. That's a scam that I can imagine a lot of returning residents might get caught up in. And I would hate anybody who thinking of coming to Jamaica for, you know, they go overseas and they work and they build up and now they're coming back home to live and contribute to the economy and, you know, just be at home, and the first experience is getting scammed. Anyways, that's not for that. No, the second kind of scam is some scam woman. I said, geez, man, I have to give it to them. Yeah, let's do a quick commercial break. Something I want to start doing on my channel is small business shout outs. As a small business owner, I always love to find opportunities to put people's business on. I can understand the struggle of being a small business, and I just love innovative businesses, especially when you guys reach out to me with something and I'm like, oh my gosh. So that is something I am going to try to implement on my channel. I won't be able to plug small businesses in every video, but when I can, I will. So this week I am plugging Genesis Harvest. They reached out to me with an email. I read the email, and shout out to you guys if you're watching. It said, welcome to Jamaica and fresh produce delivery. So hello Chantel, congratulations on your 4 month in Jamaica. I see you're getting back into the rhythm of cooking at home instead of ordering out. My name is Tassian. I think I'm saying that right. My name is Tassian from Genesis Harvest, and we deliver farm fresh produce right to your door on Thursdays and Fridays. We've attached our price list for this week. If you're interested, please contact us at 876-428-2082 or 876-581-2650, and we'll send you your order form. Best Genesis Harvest. And I just want to shout out to them. I love that innovation. You know, I love that convenience. If it's one thing about me, I love convenience. If you're gonna come deliver me my groceries, I love it. And I was like, okay, I just love the idea. I love the concept. So shout out to them. Shout out to them for reaching out. So what I'll do in the description, I will also leave their contact information. I'll leave their email address in the description. So if you're interested in ordering, and they have things from like scallion and thyme, scallion only, beetroot, cabbage, callaloo, carrot, cucumber, Irish potato, lettuce, onion, and then something Jamaica pepper, pineapple, green plantain. Them have it all. It's Carnation Market at your doorsteps. You cannot go wrong with that. You cannot beat that convenience of this. So shout out to them. Again, I'll link their information in the description box. With that being said, if you are a small business owner, feel free to reach out. I personally, because the time when ship would start JA, I end up spending that $30,000, is because one YouTuber did plug them. I did trust the YouTuber. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna trust them. With my idiot self. Obviously, if they're sponsoring her, she's going to say nice things about them. So I will say, this video is not sponsored. Genesis Harvest did not sponsor me. I just like the idea that they reached out to me, and I like their business concept. So I'm just putting it out there. If you're a small business, and of course, if it aligns with my channel, no, don't come try to sell me now. You know, if you have a small business, it's aligned with my channel, feel free to shoot me an email, and I'll put your business out there for you. But anyways, with that being said, let's get back into the video. Y'all know when you're traveling and they ask you to fill out the immigration form, right? So when I was coming the first time, I did fill out the form on a website. Because you remember back in the days when you have to use paper and pen, it's a website now. So I fill out the form on the website, and I go up to the counter, show them the form, whatever. But true, I went back up, came back down, and the same looking websites, you know, I tell you, so the same looking websites, I'm there filling out the form. Go to the next page, ask me for credit card information. Someone said, credit card information. The last time I came, they didn't ask me for, and this was like within like a 2 to 3 month time period. They never asked me for no credit card information. So how on earth they're asking me for credit card information? No, guys, when me pay a little bit more attention, it's the exact same website, but instead of saying .gov, it said .com. But it's the exact same web link, like, you know, the www dots what at whatever. It's the exact same thing. The only difference is the .gov or .com. Exact same page layout, exact same form fill out, exact same seal, exact same disclaimer. All them have disclaimer at the bottom. Imagine how many people who haven't been to Jamaica in a minute. And then now when them going through the airport, them don't know if things change, them don't know, say, okay, yeah, you know, pay for immigration, but maybe, you know, it's like, and then you're moving fast through immigration line, you just try to get out of airport, forget to baggage claim, so you can eat the 2-piece of KFC chicken. You know, think about, you know, you're distracted by so many things, and I think for do your due diligence, ask a question, listen. If anything is asking you for a payment, it is possibly a scam. Double check. If they're asking for a payment, especially things where you have to say, oh, you have to pay for this, double check. It is possibly a scam. And it's to the point where, like, it's unfortunate that you have to be living like this. And don't get me wrong, this is not just Jamaica. We cannot be silly enough to think that, oh, it's just Jamaica a scam. If that's the case, and uno go foreign, uno will get scammed, because some of the time he almost gets scammed foreign too. So it's not just Jamaica, but it is, I mean, it down here enough. Okay, it is down here enough. And then again, if you're like me who thinking, okay, scamming go as far as the Western Union scam, or like, you know, you the lotto scam or something like that. Like, oh, you have to pay them the money so you can get your lotto. You know, play a lotto a day in your life, but all of a sudden you win lotto. And then you have to send them money so you can get your winnings. Like, wait, that don't make sense. Why you just don't take it out of my winnings? And then they kind of scam them and think about, you know, so I say, oh, if you fulfill enough to get scammed, but guys, when the scamming nearly reached me, I said, oh, so you have to do your due diligence. You have to make sure you cross your T's, dot your I's, ask the question, make sure you say, if you don't have nobody where you can ask, where you can trust, go up on TikTok, go up on YouTube, ask people, have you paid for this or have, and people will share their story. And that's what I encourage. If you're a returning resident and you have a scamming story, leave it in the comment section. Whether you were scammed or you almost got scammed, leave it in the comment section so all the returning residents can learn. But y'all, again, I said, you got to be mindful. Don't put nothing past nobody, friends, family, nobody. Switch up on you like that. Them sense a little bit of foreign pan you, and it's automatic. It's automatic. Yeah, get scammed. It's automatic. Them are gonna try to get one over on you. Which it is what it is, and there's nothing you can. There's complaining about it isn't going to change anything. We just have to pray it and move accordingly. And that's what, in my personally, that's what I do. Like, it don't make no sense. I go back and forth with nobody. It don't make no sense. You know. I pray, oh, you move, oh, you try to get some money out of me, it's okay. You will not be in my space. We will not be around each other. And that is fine with me. But again, on a big up on yourself, shout out to all the new subscribers that I got from that cost of living video. I'll try to be more transparent, you know, put you guys on. Again, for Jamaicans living in Jamaica, I'm so sorry, but you guys aren't necessarily, I appreciate the views and I appreciate the comments and the engagement, but God, like, calm down. like calm down. This man cussed me out about me, I eat that, me I pay that much in rent. And I was like, sir, so do you think me not paying that in rent benefit you anyway? Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you're offended at my rent. But anyways, on a big up on yourself, thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let YouTube know you're rocking with the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, y'all.
Jamaica, Jamaica, hey. Jamaica, Jamaica, hey. Jamaica, Jamaica, hey. Jamaica, Jamaica.